So I don't see how they're trying to give the guy a pass here. All right, guys, this is one for you history buffs. I want to get a list of the most evil, mass murdering people throughout human history. So let's see what the AI says. So, who are the biggest mass murderers of all time? Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin. So we have two from the 20th century. Pol Pot, another one from the 20th century. Genghis Khan. So we have the first one that's, centuries gone by. Kim Jong il, responsible for the deaths of millions of people. Okay, I wasn't expecting Kim Jong il. I was expecting all the other ones. So I'm trying to think. Is there other ones? Actually, yes, there is. There is like a really obvious one, also from the 20th century. So I'm gonna ask anyone else and give it a chance to see if it'll pick the obvious one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, Mao Zedong, Chairman Mao. That was the one I was thinking of. So first on this list, Ivan the Fourth, Ivan the Terrible, and yeah, he was called terrible for a reason. Leopold II of Belgium, deaths of millions of people in Africa. Thomas de Torquemada. I've never heard of this guy. I'm not a big history buff, so apparently this guy was a Spanish conquistador, I guess, inquisitor. Deaths of thousands of Jews and Muslims during the Spanish Inquisition. It's thousands of people as opposed to like the millions of like Hitler and Stalin and so on. And then we have Vlad the Impaler. Dracula is based on this guy. Deaths of thousands of people. I mean, it's hard to confirm these ones, especially the older ones. I mean, it's hard enough to confirm the ones from the 20th century. This is a pretty good list, I guess. I don't know if it's missing any other obvious ones, so I'm going to ask anyone else. So it's going to give me some more. Hirohito, so he was the Japanese emperor, not directly responsible. Saddam Hussein, there was the Iran-Iraq war, which killed a lot of people, and then Hussein killed a lot of other people in Iraq. Bashar al-Assad, that's an interesting one. So we have like the Syrian civil war, but how many people were killed in that? I mean, thousands of people. Idi Amin, president of Uganda in the 70s, hundreds of thousands of people. This is what I'm saying. It's like it's not choosing these based on the numbers. So I'm going to ask it in a few minutes to give me a list by number. Because Idi Amin supposedly killed hundreds of thousands. And then some of these other guys mentioned earlier were talking thousands rather than hundreds of thousands. And the last one on this list is Slobodan Milosevic. So he was president of Yugoslavia, believed to be responsible for deaths of thousands of people in Yugoslavia. And alright, so give me a list of the biggest mass murders of all time by estimated number of deaths. So let's see if it'll give me a list by numbers. Okay, it says it's going to give me the numbers. So Hitler, 11 million. Stalin, 20 million. Mao Zedong, 45 million. And that's why I was wondering why he wasn't included in the first list. Pol Pot, 1.5 to 2 million. Genghis Khan, 40 million. Wow. I think this number is way off. I think the historians did like really exaggerate numbers from the past, because if you look at like the demographers, what they say about population, you can see the populations back then were far less than what they are now. We've had like a population explosion for the last 150 odd years. So the idea that Genghis Khan killed 40 million like what, 600-700 years ago, something like that, nah, I'm not buying that. So according to this list, Chairman Mao is the biggest mass murderer in history, 45 million. And then Genghis Khan, 40 million. And Stalin, 20. Hitler, 11. Hitler is in fourth place, according to this. More! Give me more. Let's see. Kim Jong il. Yeah, I want to see what the number is for this. Deaths of millions. Ivan the Terrible, thousands. Okay, so why is if it's thousands and Leopold II millions, thousands, thousands. All right, so we're scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to mass murderers. We're down to the thousands. Actually, there's another one. I don't know if you can guess who it is. So I'm thinking Napoleon must have killed a ton of people. Let's see what it says. How many people did Napoleon kill? Military leader. He is not considered to be a mass murderer as he did not intentionally kill large numbers of civilians or non-combatants. Come on. However, it is estimated that the wars... Yeah, so it resulted in the deaths of millions of people. So this guy became the leader of France not too long after the French Revolution when there was absolute chaos. And he just went on a rampage across Europe. So I don't see how they're trying to give the guy a pass here. Napoleon, like, oh, he only killed millions of soldiers. I mean, look at this here. Some estimates put the number of military and civilian deaths caused by these wars at around 4 million. Maybe the majority are military deaths, but still, that's surely that has to count. And also missing are any Roman emperors. And I know some of them killed a ton of people, but they don't feature on this list. Alright, so I'm going to ask you what Roman emperor is responsible for the most deaths and see what happens. Difficult to determine with certainty. That's true. Some historians believe it is Marcus Aurelius, who reigned from 161 to 180 AD. The Roman Empire was plagued by a series of conflicts, including wars with barbarian tribes, major outbreak of some plague, which is believed to have killed millions of people. It is estimated that the wars and the plague combined may have resulted in the death of up to 8 million people. So I don't know. Like, Marcus Aurelius is actually well regarded. He wrote, what was it, Meditations, and people think he was like totally awesome and stuff. But here it's saying he ruled. There was conflicts and stuff, wars. Now you can't blame him for the plague. The wars, yes. I'm actually surprised by this answer. Now it gives a list of other names here. Nero, Caligula. So Nero and Caligula, they were famous for being just total psychopaths. I mean, it's hard to know how many people died under their rule, but they were total tyrants. They were absolute whack jobs. Alright, so as I said, I'm not a history buff, so if you guys are into history and there's any names here that should be on the list, let me know in the comments. And if you have any topics you want me to talk about in future videos, again, hit me up in the comment section. And just subscribe if you're interested in this, and share this video. And until next time, see you all later.